No player in modern basketball has commanded attention quite like LeBron James. From a teenage prodigy in Akron to the face of an entire generation, his legacy is built on dominance, consistency, and a mind wired for war on the court. But greatness doesn't come without resistance. Along the way, LeBron's rise was met with opposition. Players who didn't just challenge him, but provoked him. Players who disrespected him, taunted him, beat him, or just got under his skin. And while LeBron rarely shows it publicly, those who know him understand he never forgets. Throughout his 20-plus year career, LeBron has collected rings, records, and MVPs, but he's also collected enemies. Not through scandals or off-court drama, but in the most primal arena possible, high-stakes playoff basketball. These six players became more than rivals. They became symbols of something deeper, obstacles that brought out LeBron's fiercest instincts and sometimes his most personal grudges. This is not a list of beefs manufactured by the media. These are the players that LeBron James, by word or by silence, made clear he did not like. This is Game 7 Stories. And these are the six basketballers the King hated the most. Player 1, Paul Pierce. For LeBron James, Paul Pierce wasn't just a rival. He was the original roadblock. When LeBron entered the league in 2003, the Boston Celtics were still rebuilding. But by 2008, with the arrival of Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, the Celtics were a powerhouse, and Pierce was their emotional core. Tough, trash-talking, and never afraid to get physical, Pierce took every matchup with LeBron personally, and LeBron returned the energy. Their feud exploded during the 2008 Eastern Conference semifinals. In Game 4, Pierce grabbed LeBron on a fast break, triggering a scuffle that spilled into the sideline. LeBron's mother, Gloria, got involved, yelling at Pierce, and cameras caught LeBron snapping back, "Sit your ass down." It was one of the rare moments when his composure cracked. Boston would go on to win the series in 7 games, and eventually, the NBA title. But the bitterness didn't fade. In 2010, Pierce and the Celtics eliminated LeBron's Cavaliers once again, this time pushing him to leave Cleveland and form the Miami Heat super team. Pierce, ever the provocateur, mocked the move and continued to throw jabs in the press. Years later, he refused to rank LeBron in his top 5 players of all time. LeBron never clapped back directly. He didn't need to. Every time he torched the Celtics in the years that followed, especially in a Miami jersey, it was clear. Paul Pierce wasn't just an opponent, he was a symbol of everything that stood between LeBron and greatness, and LeBron made it his mission to bury it. Player 2, Joakim Noah. If Paul Pierce was the polished veteran who blocked LeBron's early path to greatness, Joakim Noah was the emotional wrecking ball who tried to shake him off it every single time they shared the court. The tension between LeBron James and Joakim Noah wasn't subtle. It was loud, theatrical, and deeply personal. Noah, known for his scrappy play, relentless energy, and complete lack of a filter, took aim at everything LeBron represented. The flashy dunks, the Heat culture, even the city of Cleveland. During the 2009 playoffs, Noah mocked Cleveland in a post-game interview. "What's so good about Cleveland? Do you like it? Do you think Cleveland is cool? I've never heard anyone say, 'I'm going to Cleveland on vacation.'" LeBron didn't respond, on camera. But on the court, he let his game speak volumes, torching the Bulls with dominant stat lines and silent stares. Things escalated further when LeBron joined Miami. In a 2011 regular season game, he danced after a big dunk, and Noah, furious, yelled from the bench. The two exchanged words mid-game, drawing a technical. It wasn't just competitiveness. Noah hated the theatrics. LeBron? He saw it as fuel. Their playoff battles were intense, especially in 2013 and 2015, where Miami and Cleveland both dismantled Chicago's hopes. And each time, LeBron made sure Noah saw every dunk, every smirk, every handshake line. Even years later, when asked about LeBron, Noah never softened. "I don't like him. Never did." But that's the thing with LeBron. When he senses you're coming for him emotionally, he doesn't swing back. He destroys you systematically. Over 7 games, in front of millions. And Noah? He got the full treatment. Player 3, Lance Stevenson. If Joakim Noah got under LeBron's skin with words and energy, Lance Stevenson took it a step further by turning psychological warfare into performance art. Stevenson wasn't a superstar. He wasn't even a perennial all-star. But in the 2014 Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers, he somehow made himself the story. Not because of his stats, but because of how far he was willing to go to try to mess with LeBron's head. There was the trash talk, the cheap fouls, the shoulder bumps and dead ball moments. But the image that burned itself into NBA history came in Game 5, when Lance Stevenson, standing next to LeBron during a stoppage, leaned in and blew air into his ear. It was bizarre. It was desperate. It was unforgettable. LeBron didn't react, not then. He simply smirked and walked away. But over the next 2 games, he dismantled Indiana's defense and closed the series in 6, eliminating the Pacers for the 3rd straight year. The rivalry might have ended there, except it didn't. In 2018, Lance was back with the Pacers, and once again, he tried everything to throw off a now 33-year-old LeBron during a tight first-round series. It didn't work. LeBron averaged 34 points and sent Indiana home again. And the strangest twist? Later that year, Stevenson signed with the Lakers, joining LeBron's team. It was awkward, it was hilarious, and it was never a real friendship. Because while LeBron may laugh off the ear-blowing, the reality is simple. Lance Stevenson didn't just try to beat him, he tried to clown him. And in LeBron's universe, there's no bigger sin. Player 4, Kevin Garnett. If Lance Stevenson tried to irritate LeBron with antics, Kevin Garnett came at him with something far more brutal. Raw, unfiltered intimidation. Kevin Garnett didn't play basketball. He waged war. Every possession was personal. Every screen, every elbow, every stare. It was part of a calculated psychological assault. And when Garnett's Celtics faced off against a young LeBron James in the late 2000s, KG made it his mission to break him. In the 2008 playoffs, Garnett was the vocal leader of a newly assembled Boston Big Three. LeBron was a one-man army in Cleveland. The Celtics pushed him to the edge, and Garnett shoved him over it. Trash talk was relentless. Screens were brutal. Off-ball fouls were strategic. It worked. The Celtics won the series. 2 years later, they did it again, ending LeBron's final season in Cleveland with a humiliating Game 5, where he seemed emotionally checked out. Reports swirled of KG and others taking things below the belt, crossing the line between psychological edge and personal attack. That summer, LeBron left Cleveland for Miami. Many believe Garnett and the Celtics had everything to do with it. And LeBron? He didn't forget. In 2011 and 2012, the Heat and Celtics clashed again, this time with a new narrative. LeBron, older and sharper, dismantled Boston in the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals with a 45-point Game 6 masterpiece in TD Garden. His face that night, stone cold, locked in, said everything. After the game, LeBron didn't shake hands. He didn't smile, he just walked off. Because Kevin Garnett wasn't just a rival. He was the man who once made LeBron doubt himself. And that, more than anything, was something the King would never forgive. Player 5, Draymond Green. Some rivalries are forged in playoff battles, others in trash talk. But LeBron James and Draymond Green? Theirs was born in the fire of the finals. By 2015, LeBron was back in Cleveland on a mission to deliver the championship his home state had been denied. But standing in the way were the upstart Golden State Warriors, led by Steph Curry and powered emotionally by Draymond Green. Green wasn't just the Warriors' defensive anchor. He was their voice. Loud, confrontational, fearless. And when the Warriors and Cavaliers clashed in 4 straight finals, Draymond made it clear. He had no respect for LeBron's crown. In 2016, that tension erupted. During Game 4 of the finals, after a physical scuffle under the basket, Draymond swung his arm up toward LeBron's groin, an act the league reviewed and punished with a suspension for Game 5. At the time, the Warriors were up 3-1. But without Draymond, momentum shifted. LeBron dropped back-to-back 41-point games, led the greatest comeback in finals history and delivered Cleveland its first ever NBA championship. Many believe that suspension changed everything, and LeBron never let Draymond forget it. But the drama didn't stop there. Off the court, Draymond took repeated jabs, saying, "LeBron started the super team," then complains about it. LeBron clapped back indirectly, posting cryptic quotes on Instagram, unfollowing the Cavs account, and wearing a shirt that read, "Ultimate Warrior," during Cleveland's victory parade. Ironically, years later, the two became business partners off the court. But don't let the smiles fool you. In the heat of competition, Draymond crossed a line few dared touch, and for a moment, he jeopardized LeBron's legacy. That's the kind of sin the king never really forgets. Player 6, Mario Chalmers. Some enemies wear different jerseys, others wear your own. Mario Chalmers wasn't a rival in the traditional sense. He was LeBron's teammate, but their relationship during the Miami Heat era was anything but friendly. Drafted by Miami in 2008, Chalmers was the starting point guard when LeBron arrived in 2010. He was scrappy, confident, and unafraid to speak his mind. Sometimes too unafraid. Throughout their 4 seasons together, Chalmers routinely found himself on the receiving end of LeBron's fury. Cameras captured countless moments, LeBron yelling in his face, getting in his chest during timeouts, even needing to be held back by teammates after a particularly heated exchange in 2013. But the tension wasn't just on the surface. According to team insiders, Chalmers often challenged LeBron in film sessions and wasn't afraid to point out mistakes. While some teammates admired the courage, LeBron clearly didn't enjoy it. Their dynamic was volatile, almost brotherly in the worst way. Then came 2023. In an interview, Chalmers reignited the fire by saying, "Nobody fears LeBron. Guys feared Jordan. Nobody feared LeBron." For a player who shared 2 championships with LeBron, the comment felt like betrayal. Fans were stunned. The quote went viral. LeBron didn't respond, but he didn't have to. The silence was louder than words. Because with LeBron, loyalty matters, respect matters. And when someone from inside his own circle questions his legacy, the wound cuts deeper than any opponent ever could. LeBron James is more than a basketball player. He's a force, a myth, a career defined by brilliance, longevity, and the shadows cast by those who tried to stand in his way. Paul Pierce tested his early limits. Joakim Noah mocked his city. Lance Stevenson tried to clown him. Kevin Garnett attacked his psyche. Draymond Green jeopardized his legacy. And Mario Chalmers crossed the line from teammate to doubter. Each one in their own way helped shape the competitor we know today. And each one, knowingly or not, made the same mistake, assuming the king would forget. But LeBron remembers everything, because greatness isn't just measured in stats or rings. Sometimes it's in the grudges, the silence, the stare-downs at the free throw line, the Game 6 explosions, the moments where revenge becomes legacy. This has been Game 7 Stories. Subscribe for more untold rivalries, dramatic collapses, and unforgettable moments from the world of basketball. And remember, every legend has enemies, but only one never lets them win.